Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always goes to the elect. And before we get into today's episode of News and Prophecy, I wanted to plug my Odyssey account. I finally got it up and running. At first it was a bit difficult, but through the Spirit, it's all now settled, and I've been uploading here, uploading particular videos that have been taken down off of YouTube. I'm loading them here, so you'll get a chance to check some of those out. Videos like this, me and the priest Tazama did more on Chi-Psi Stigma 666 MOTB, all right, which we couldn't put this on YouTube, of course, but now you'll be able to check it out. I'll put the link in the description box for this page. If you're on Odyssey, I have to, start looking for the other brothers' pages and following. But if you're on Odyssey, you can follow me here, Remnant Save 144. We also have the GMS Dallas BitChute account, which I don't know if I'll be loading here again, because the last video I loaded, it said it was too long, so I had to split. All right, this one called the MOTB is in Mainstream News, which I was able to load it here in its fullness, I believe. Let's see where it is. It's somewhere. Here we go. Somewhere here. It finally uploaded here. So if you want to check those things out, all right, you'll be able to check me out here at BitChute, and particular videos that we know won't make it up to YouTube, because YouTube is got that anti-Messiah spirit on them. All right, and they're being exposed at a rapid rate. So they're doing any and everything to fight against the word of the Lord and against what exposes them. And there's nothing you devils can do. All right. Ultimately, we know in the coming days, all of these platforms are going to be bought out. And, ultimately the word of the Lord ain't going to be flowing here in Babylon the Great or throughout the four corners of the earth anymore. And there's going to be a famine of the word. All right. But while we have, these platforms, we use them, to ultimately edify. So check those out. Subscribe. Lord willing, be edified. So let's get into this bugged out news and the weirdo activity that's taking place in the planet Earth. We're clearly at the end. All right. If you can't see that we're at the end, then you need to ultimately pray, all right, for the Heavenly Father to open your eyes, man, because everything that we see happening in the planet Earth, all right, are indicators that this place is getting ready to be destroyed, man, and fall. So as you see here, NASA appoints 24 theologians. I guess this is their version of the 24 elders, to study man's reaction to aliens. All right. Technology news. So they hired these 24 priests, on the left-hand side, for the purpose of studying human beings' reaction to aliens. Now, over the last couple of years, this place is bugged out. We've seen an increase of the talks of so-called UFOs. We've seen an increase of the talks of these asteroids and meteorites that are heading towards the planet Earth, all right, to destroy it. We've seen the increase in the talks of a space force, right? And why are all of these things becoming so so heightened? Why are we constantly hearing about this? The average person, when they think of aliens, when they think of UFOs, is a joke unto them. because this devil, as we always bring out here, Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 6th verse, and this is Esau's power structure, and it's all based upon deception, lies, okay, telling you that, civilization started with the Greeks. And why do they say that? Because his power structure started with the Greeks. Okay, the leopard, as you see here in Revelation 13:2, and Daniel, the 7th chapter, it gives you the understanding that that leopard is the Greek Empire. Okay, but since this devil has had a power structure, he has done nothing but pushed anti-Messiah, all right, anti-Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua propaganda throughout the planet Earth. Okay, and for 1,000 years, he went down, but the deadly wound was healed at the time of the Renaissance. Okay, and they spread even more lies, even more propaganda, even more BS. Okay, and they're just at the end of their little season, all right, where the deception is getting ready to be destroyed and taken down, as their tongue and philosophy and lies have walked throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, everybody's mind is infested with the wine of Babylon the Great, of Esau, Edom. Okay, so Revelation 13:6 says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Now, who is this talking about? Okay, who currently runs this world? Who did this? This is speaking of Esau, Edom, which you still got Israelites saying that Esau, Edom are not the so-called white race. The people who rule this current beast system are not the Edomites. That's what Rap the News said. That was one of his talking points. And you got many other Israelites that are still on this kick saying that Esau ain't ruling right now, when the only way the kingdom comes is through Esau's fall. So if Esau ain't ruling, then we got to go through a whole nother captivity, and this ain't the end. The Lord, basically woke up, awakened the remnant just to let them know, we got a whole nother captivity to go into. No, that's not prophetic. The time that the Israelites will wake up at the very end will be synonymous with Esau, Edom being exposed, outed, losing his mind, and ultimately the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ to destroy his ass. And that's what he's trying to fight against. Okay, because that's how the Lord is going to defend us. As a matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah, the 31st chapter. Isaiah 31:5, it says, as birds flying, okay, and where do birds fly at? In the sky. So will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Okay, and we've seen the chariots. So the way that we're going to be defended is through an act that is going to be synonymous and likened unto birds flying. Okay, what did Yahushua say in Revelation, the 1st chapter and the 7th verse? He cometh with clouds. Okay, he's going to come ultimately out of the sky. So when you look up space defense and you see and constantly hear space defense, aliens, meteors, what they're doing is preparing to fight against the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Point blank, period. And if you still believe in this damn alien garbage, okay, you're deceived. There's no such thing as an alien. The angels ultimately operate these vehicles. You see that? Now, on the left-hand side, they have created all sorts of things and mutations and weirdo, we're still going to use those things as a means to deceive people into believing that there's some alien attack so they can shut things down and, justify their garbage. But the bottom line is the angels are on their ass. Okay, those angels are a curse unto this place. And they know it. And you can see them operating in a different manner in trying to hurry up and get this plan going of an NWO, New World Order, okay, because they're being outed on every level. So as birds flying, so will Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, defend Jerusalem. Okay? Defending, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. And how did he do that at the time of Egypt? He had an angel. He sent an angel. Well, the same thing is going to happen here in this modern day Egypt. And it's going to be likened unto the new Passover, where we're going to be delivered out of Babylon the Great and the various different captivities where we are scattered. Okay? And in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to celebrate the Lord delivering us out of this place. Let's get that in Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16 and 14. God will restore them. This is a future prophecy. This hasn't happened yet. So this is what they're running from. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And how did Yahweh deliver the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt? Was not there an angel sent to keep them in a way? Yes. Same thing's going to happen here, man. So miss me with that. There's no mediator. And you can you can go straight to the Most High. Shut up. Yes, the Most High is the Savior. But what does he say in Isaiah 19? Real quick. Isaiah 19 and 20. And it shall be for a sign and a witness unto Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, in the land of Egypt, this new Egypt. For they shall cry unto Yahweh because of the oppressors, Esau, Edom, the heathen. And he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. That's Yahweh Shai. He is the deliverer. Yah, he, all right, Hawashai, deliverer. Yahweh Shai. Okay? So when it's all said and done, we're no longer going to celebrate the Passover in the sense of celebrating the Lord delivering up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Now, where are we currently right now? In the northwestern hemisphere. Well, a great awakening is taking place of the Israelites, as well as wherever else our people are scattered. But the focus of prophecy is centered around Babylon the Great, the hub of witchcraft and evil. All right? And the hardcore captivity took place here for the Israelites, all 12 tribes. So let's read it again. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Okay? But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I have given unto their fathers. And this is where we are. Okay, but before the Lord sends his only begotten Son, there's a lot that has to happen. Okay, and we're at the very end, where the vision that John the Revelator saw in the visions of World War III are right here at the door, man. And what did John the Revelator see? The charagma. Okay? Being forced. But before that, he saw them to make people bow to the image of the beast or be separated from the system and eventually justifying killing them. So let's read this again. Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so will Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will preserve it, and passing over, showing you this is going to be that new Pesach, that new Passover that we're going to celebrate in the kingdom. He will preserve it. And what happened at the time of the Passover? If the blood wasn't on your doorpost, okay, you you were destroyed. See, turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. Our people have deeply revolted against the Most High, following after this Edomite and his science and his lies. So going back here it is. You have NASA appointing 24 theologians, priest on the left-hand side to studies man reaction to aliens. What are they doing? Okay, flying saucers, aliens, and they're putting billions of dollars into this this mess, man. Okay? There's a lot that's getting ready to take place in 2022, man. And if you're not rooted, hey, good luck to you. 24 theologians also attended at a NASA-sponsored event at the Center of Theologian Inquiry at Princeton University in New Jersey to assess how religions react to reports of extraterrestrial life. And you think they ain't talking about the Israelites and what we're saying up in there? Because they know what these vehicles truly are. See, they got you all under this delusion. Revelation 13:6, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High to blaspheme his name. Okay? His reputation. The whole science that they boast in is centered around, okay, this modern science is centered around bucking up against the Most High. His tabernacle, they blaspheme the tabernacle of the Most High, which are the Israelites, and them that dwell in heaven. So they've blasphemed the angels, man. When people think of flying saucers and so-called UFOs, they think of green-eyed aliens. As a matter of fact, they got the picture within this article. Look at that. And these devils probably got something somewhere locked up, and they're going to release them. They call them the Grays. This ain't what's flying the chariots, man. What's flying the chariots are the angels of the Most High. And those are the chariots of salvation. Let's get that. Habakkuk sees a vision. Habakkuk 3:8. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Showing you the day of the Lord ain't going to be nothing nice. Why would he ask this question? Because in the vision, he's seeing the rivers, okay, the mountains moving, the raft, all right, and indignation the Lord is going to bring upon Babylon the Great and around the world, the presence of the chariots shaking the earth, all right, reeling to and fro. Was thy wrath against the sea that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thine chariots of salvation? Okay, these are the angels, man. And who's the top head angel, all right, that this is all associated with? Yahushai. Revelation, the 19th chapter, man. Revelation 19:3. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. You can link this with Isaiah, the 63rd chapter. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? All right. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. All right, because all things are going to be fulfilled in him. Okay? He comes in a volume of the book. And the armies which were in heaven, the angels, are likened unto an army. Okay? What did that angel tell Joshua before they went to conquest these lands on their way to the promised land? He said, I am the captain chief of the Most High's army. So for anyone saying that it's the Most High only, and there's no angels under him, nothing, no order you got to go through, you're completely bugged out. You don't understand the Holy Scriptures, man. That's a proud nigga that thinks he can just step straight to the Most High in this filthy flesh without a mediator. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And this is speaking of the chariots. And out of his mouth goeth the sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he should rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty God. Okay, Yahushua is coming with the fierceness of the Almighty Yahweh. Okay, and he had a vesture on his thigh. Okay, and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. This is his order. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. lords. And he is coming back to smite you heathen, with a rod of iron. And hopefully we are those who will be joint heirs with him, okay, when it's all said and done, to set up and establish the tabernacle of David. So you devils, okay, on the left-hand side are trying to figure out a way, okay, to see what next move you're going to make in deception. See here, I have this video here. Seen this, Apostle Tahar did a video. They know the Lord is coming. Search for aliens included in defense bill. Let's look at this. Let's listen to this. These weirdos, man. Things are getting absolutely bugged out. People are losing their minds. Okay? The powers that be are just getting ready to lose it because their plan and all of their deception is being found out. It ain't working. So the only next move is the sword. And let me read this real quick, too, for you devils, man. Proverbs 21:30. There is no wisdom nor understanding nor counsel against Yahweh. See that? So no matter what type of plan you come up with, you're going to lose. Your technology and all of the stuff you think you got, okay, the Lord is going to mock it. It stands no chance against the technology that the angels possess. Isaiah 31:3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. Everything you have is ultimately carnal. Okay? It's carnal, man. There's a limit to it. That's why when your so-called researchers, when they study the chariots, what do they say? The technology is thousands of years ahead of us. No, it's not. You can't put a number on how ahead the chariots and the technology of the angels is above you. You see? But people see your so-called miracles on the left-hand side and what you got, and they think you're the most high. No, the Egyptians, which the modern-day Egyptians, the modern-day Pharaoh, are you Edomites, or you're just a man. And it's going to be proven that you're just a man when the great destruction comes to your ass. All of you heathen are losing your damn mind, hoarding all of the resources to yourself, getting ready to implement absolute terror on the people, man. All right, but as it says in Revelation 6, the wine, all right, the bread and wine won't be harmed. That's the elect, the remnant. So now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. There ain't nothing spiritual about you devils, man. It's all deception. Now, don't get it twisted. This devil got some stuff. But when you understand what the angels have and what we, all right, our defense system is, hey, we're good. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, and what is his hand? Yahweh Shai. His holy arm that he's going to make visible in the sight of all of the nations. Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 52:10. Yahweh have made bare his holy arm, and the eyes of the nations and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our God. Psalms 98:1. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song, for he have done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory. And who's that? It's going to be a first round knockout. Okay? So when Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, when he shall send Yahweh Shai, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fall together. So all of you who are aligning yourself with Esau, Edom, because of the power he has, this beast system, because of the strength, them scaring you into saying you're not going to be able to eat, you're not going to be able to work, you're not going to be able to do this if you don't, all right, partake in our left-hand practices and magic. Hey, you're going to fall. They that consent unto them shall be had in derision. Okay? So bowing to this devil that's not in our plans. Let's get that real quick here. Yep, the Lord is going to punish the world for their evil. Isaiah 13:11. and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Here we go. Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through when they send these troops, these robots, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Okay? So those of you who are preparing to make a covenant with the left-hand side and already, joining this anti-Messiah system, you better repent, because you're going to be had in derision and you're going to lose. But let's check this out.
Are we alone in the universe? Have we been visited by aliens or extraterrestrial species? Two age-old questions, of course, we've probably all asked at some time or another, right? Well, a new government program aims to try and answer those questions. Part of the National Defense Authorization Act, the new program, will investigate, quote, unidentified aerial phenomena, or what we commonly refer to as UFOs.
And you look at the comments, people are just laughing. Mocking them, an excuse to increase America's already bloated defense budget. This is how you keep up with inflation. Aliens. See, people have people really have bought into that lie. So it's a joke to them. They don't understand that this is serious business on the left-hand side. They're really trying to figure out a way to stop the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ and the angels.
Share that information reportedly with other countries. We'll see about that. High-tech telescopes, infrared cameras, and other technology will reportedly be used to collect data from space and objects that pilots, including our fighter pilots, say that they've encountered over the years. Well, this isn't the first time that the U.S. government has dealt with UFOs. In 2017, you may recall, the Pentagon said it ran a secret program dedicated to investigating UFOs and unidentified aerial phenomena. And earlier this year, a U.S. government report confirmed the investigation of more than 140 quote-unquote incidents of, yes, unidentified aerial phenomena over more than 2 decades. And while the government said it had no evidence of alien encounters, it also could not explain these sightings. So, to discuss all this, we have filmmaker and author Sean Stone joining the show. Sean, good to see you. Thanks for coming on. So is this program really about finding, aliens, extraterrestrials, or more so, is it, considering it's under National Defense Authorization Act, finding out if other governments and foreign militaries are spying on the U.S. or even testing out new technology? What do you think?
That's a valid question. It's hard to say that would be the motivation, considering you have the creation of Space Force in recent history now. Historically, the National Reconnaissance Office has actually played an interesting role for a lot of the UFO exploration issues. Most people probably haven't heard about the NRO, but it's one of those organizations within the government that seems to be sort of monitoring the alien question. So what is this really about? It does beg the question. I think it's a logical follow-up to the Pentagon report, but for those of us who have been looking at the UFO question, and those of us before me, for decades, since Roswell in 47, you really have to scratch your head and go, are they serious? They're creating another organization to look into the UFO phenomenon when it's clear that this has been recognized as a phenomenon for decades. Is this just another way of funneling money, basically from the taxpayer into some other wasted thing? As we know, over the years, we've lost trillions of dollars the government can't account for. It was, was around $2 trillion in 2001 when Rumsfeld said it. $6 trillion. Some professors are saying up to $21 trillion or more has gone missing from the U.S. government. So is this just another way of siphoning off?
So much corruption. So much. This is the most corrupt rulership this earth has ever seen. But anyway, let's just keep listening.
Money, you got to scratch your head.
Yeah, and one of the program reportedly also, by the way, seeks to not only investigate unidentified aerial phenomena and share information with other countries. Right, we'll see. We'll see about that. But also tell Congress if other nations or some other entity are behind the cases and check into reports of service members who have.
Well, all of these nations are going to try to fight Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, real quick, let's just get that. And we always bring this out, but here you go. Happy birthday, Guardian. Space Force celebrates his 2nd birthday. So yeah, there is a Space Force. This ain't just some made up news we're coming up with. Let's get this 2nd Esdras 13 though. You read the whole chapter. I mean, we went into it various times. But we know that Armageddon is coming. Okay? Give me 1 second. So as Yahweh Shah returns, right here, you can read that on your own, but when he comes, at verse 5, it says, after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the 4 winds of heaven. That's all of these different nations. As they're fighting each other, when the Lord comes and those chariots are there, they're going to try to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Now, the heavens are likened unto the sea as well, the Shemayim, the waters, right? But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. What is that? That's the chariot. Okay, Isaiah 19, real quick. Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt. Now the scriptures say we would be sent into Egypt again with ships. This is our final captivity. It's not talking about ancient Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So this swift cloud is this mountain that Esdras has seen in this vision. Okay, in verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So they're going to fight against the second coming of the Lord. Okay? Let's see here. Yep, verse 32. It's going to be total chaos on the planet Earth. It says, and the time shall be when all these things shall come to pass, and the signs which shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared. I thought the Most High didn't have a son, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, okay, that fire coming down, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have against one another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Sion. He's going to deliver the elect. And Sion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest a hill graven without hands. So the Lord is going to beam us up at this time. And everybody's going to be like, whoa. That's why it talks about in Wisdom of Solomon the strangeness of their salvation. And it says, and my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, the MOTB. All right. All of this technology, all of this stuff is getting ready to be rebuked, for their wicked life are falling into the tempest. So the Lord is sending his only begotten son back and the angel to destroy this place, man. And that's what they want to fight against. So yeah, they're communicating with one another. As a matter of fact, Psalms 2 says what? Let's see if I got that up. Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. And they're in derision. Let's look up this word derision. They're in derision. Okay? La'aig. All right, la'aiga. To mock. All right, to ridicule. The Lord is mocking you through us. All right, through us, man. And the Lord is literally in the heavens laughing, and you Edomites are through. Okay? So you Edomites are the laughing stock of the world, man. But it's going to get real. Don't get it twisted. We're going to be in straits. Things are going to be tight, but the Lord is going to deliver us, man. So yeah, these heathen are communicating with one another, all right, to figure out what they're going to do. But they're going to lose. And what we've been saying, all of it is coming to pass through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. This whole system, right? The people here, they don't make no account of what we're doing. They don't understand. They mock us. They laugh. They're getting ready to try to come against us, demonize us. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond that they look for. That's it. And it starts with us being raised up, all right, standing in great boldness. But there's a great deliverance coming for us, man. Far out. I mean, read these prophecies. This is coming. And he knows it. But you still got Israelites mocking and playing games. The Esau ain't playing games. He putting billions of dollars into this technology and to figure out how to stop the Lord. Y'all all are playing. Wait till them robots are in your neighborhood. Get the gat on the robot. It ain't going to work. You're going to need divine intervention. You're going to need a mediator.
Experience health issues after they encounter unknown objects. I mean, really the question is, are we going to get the full truth? I laugh and I kind of make light of it, but
nope.
do we really do you think that they're going to share information with other countries if they find any of this out, or even with the public for that matter?
Well, I look, I do believe, certain information is shared between countries. It's clear that even the elected officials do not have full understanding. I mean, it was one of the senators back in the 80s that said, my gosh, he was looking at the Iran-Contra thing. He's like, my God, it's like we have a black budget that we don't even recognize, in Congress. We don't even know fully where all this money is going. You imagine a president who comes in only for 4 to 8 years is getting the full, top secret class security access. No, I mean, there is a deeper state that's at work here in the U.S. And, when it comes to UFOs, the technology involved, it's so advanced that, we're not going to get the answers given to us by the government anytime soon, I don't believe.
Well, stay tuned, I guess. We'll see what comes out of this and who exactly.
And you're only going to get the full truth of this through the prophets. Because they're still talking about aliens and asteroids, and you seen the movie Don't Look Up. Check that out. It's like it's a comedy, but it's serious as well, man. And the elite, you'll see it. I don't want to give the movie away, but the elite, think they're gonna escape. But hey, man, but y'all who saw it, the elite really think that they're gonna. But hey, they're not. All right. They're not. The Lord got something for you devils, man. So here it is, you're hiring priest, okay, and all of these various different things. For what? What are you doing? Oh, man, 24 theologians. Higher vocab to try to explain to you the aliens and look up the reactions. He's going to immediately bring up the Hebrew Israelism. Hebrew Israelism says, and you Christians are finished. Isaiah 47. And this is all on the news. This is all on the news, man. And people just walking around, whoop-de-doop. What's that? Dwelleth without care? Jeremiah 49:31. Arise, get you up to the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, saith Yahweh, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. So over here in Babylon the Great, you people think you got it good. Anyway, let me just jump to this one real quick. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. They've been planning this for years. Keeping you in a rat race, keeping you dumbed down, all of this propaganda, all of these lies, all of this trash music, GMO foods. All right? While they're investing billions and billions and trillions of dollars coming up missing to do wickedness. But to ultimately now it's coming out that they're trying to figure out a way around the Lord to stop the Lord. We just read it. They're going to fight against the Lord. Well, what's that in Revelation, the 12th chapter? Yo, we finna go home, man. Woo! No more hell. No more curse. So ultimately, let's just get through it. Whatever you devils are going to do in 2022, bring it. Because the Lord is going to make his move. Everything you've done so far, you've been countered quickly. It ain't going to stop. Revelation 12:7, and there was war in heaven, meaning in the skies. It's not talking about in the spiritual realm where the Most High dwells. There's going to be a war. He's omnipotent. The Most High ain't in the heavens with angels fighting up against one another and things are out of control and evicting Satan. No. As a matter of fact, you have under the heaven. Look, this is 1 Kings 8:27. But God will indeed dwell on the earth. Behold, the heaven and the heaven and the heavens. Okay, so this is not talking about in the actual spiritual realm. This is speaking of when you look in the sky, that's known as you looking into the heavens, man. Then you have under the heaven, which is right here on the earth. But then when you get into there's the heaven of heavens. All right? So under heaven, right? Under the heaven. You see that? Under the heaven. Okay? So under the heaven, when you look in the heavens, there's going to be a war. We just read about that war. Where these devils are going to do what? They're going to try to fight against the second coming of the Lord. Okay? They're going to try to overcome him by fighting. So let's go back to what we were reading in Revelation 12. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels. Now, when you get Daniel, the 12th chapter, and Michael means what? He who was like God. Okay? So this is speaking of Yahweh shining angels, but Michael is a high-ranking member of the Lord's army. Daniel 12 says what? Daniel 12:1, and at that time, Michael, okay, let's look up the Hebrew word for Michael. Ma'aka'ala. Ma'aka'ala, who is like the Most High. Okay? So, it says, one, the chief or the first archangel, who is described as one who stands in the time of conflict for the children of Israel. So there's a order in the heavens on the right hand side that that man, ultimately when the Lord sends that for us, because it's going to be so bad at that time, shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even unto that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. All right? So, these are the times that we're coming upon. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Now, who's the dragon? When you read up in this chapter, the dragon is synonymous with the Roman Empire. Okay? The red dragon, Esau, Edom's power structure. But all of these nations are going to be joined unto him to try to fight the Lord as they're fighting each other. Because this is the revival of that Roman Empire beast system. All right? And the dragon fought and his angels, and they prevailed not, neither was any place found any more in heaven. They were destroyed. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, Esau, Edom. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him, meaning their power is going to be destroyed. Okay? And that's the fulfillment of Esau being the end of the world, man. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, in the power of his anointed, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Cast down means you're being brought into a lower state, which accused them before our God day and night. Finally, his ass is going to be destroyed. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay? Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So this is where we are. They know they have a short time. Okay. Oh, let me finish Isaiah 47 and 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. That's nothing but a counsel. They're only telling you partially what they're doing with these 24 theologians and priests on the left-hand side. No, they got all sorts of stuff going on. The news is highly tainted. They're not, it's really deeper than that. They are wearied in the multitude of their counsels. Let now the astrologers, those that study the stars, stargazers, and monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And this is what they are trying to do. They're trying to figure out a way to be delivered from the destruction that's coming into their asses, man. No.
That's the question that NASA hopes theologians at the Center for Theological Inquiry CTI at Princeton University in New Jersey can answer.
You see this, get ready for the greatest psyop in human history. Yeah, they're going to fake an alien invasion. Watch. But as the scriptures say, we're going to know when the Lord really comes back, man. So Psalms 110 and 5, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He will judge among the heathen and shall fill the places with dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink the blood. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head. And this is where our power source, all right, is coming from, man. The right hand of the Most High God, Yahweh. So we'll be back with more. Shalom.